That's why I said
Oh,
it's going to lead into
definitely
my
not.
next thing. I would love to see the Pacers. I'm not a Knicks fan, nor am I a Pacers fan.
Pacers versus Knicks would feed families for centuries.
All right. So I'm a Bulls fan. So I think as far as story goes, this will be perfect because as we know last year, the Knicks and Pacers were facing each other in the same round 2, but the Knicks were injured. Everybody was non-existent. So the Indiana Pacers had it they had the game 1 before they even started game 1. You know what I'm saying? And
I mean,
then
we took them to 7.
but you know what I mean? It's like
We took them to 7.
but they
With
had
the
the
super
opportunity.
injured roster.
That's what I'm saying. They had the opportunity. If you guys were not injured, would you agree that you guys would have won at least 5 or
100%.
game
We
6? It
would've
wouldn't
won
have
the
gone
game.
to
We would've won
7.
the series.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
would've won the series.
So isn't it beautiful? Now the Pacers are
100%.
up
I want it.
2
I want it.
against the
I want
Cavs,
it.
and
I
the
think they
Cavs
win
are
tonight.
bad right now.
I honestly think the Pacers sweep.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a chance that Boston comes back and wins game 3 in the Garden?
I would rather them win game 4 if they win a game.
No, I don't see them winning. I see them winning not game 3 because I think Madison Square Garden is going to be rocking. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
And the Celtics are already down 2-0 and they're coming into that building and it's going to mess them up.
I think they win game 4.
Okay.
Because
I could see
that's
that.
when the pressure is really on the Knicks.
And that would be game 4 would be Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to close this out. You got to do this. You got to do that.
Their backs against the wall. Yeah.
Right. So it's like, yo. And the Celtics are still the defending champs, right? Like with the Pacers, I know they're still doing something crazy, but it's like,
but
they're not facing the defending champs. They're facing a beat up Cavs team.
But they are one of the best teams, and they just don't have their players. That's the thing.
So it's like they're beating a beat up Cavs team with 3 of their biggest like players out right now, and it's like, all right,
yeah.
Where even though the Celtics aren't 100% healthy, majority of their roster is fine. Outside of Porzingis right now,
I think that's a key component, though.
Nobody's missing major time, though.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: even in game 1, when Porzingis was playing the minutes before he got sick, right?
Why did you do quotations? Why did you do that?
I didn't do. I said this.
Oh, I thought you went sick.
I didn't do this
because you're up there. I can't see your hands.
No. Before he got sick, he wasn't doing anything, anyways.
But you have to admit, okay, obviously he is a body, right? So he's gonna help in the paint at some point, right?
No, but here's my thing: when he was in, this is what I'm trying to say.
But he hasn't played against. You're talking about the series prior.
No, I'm talking about this series. In the first game, he started the first
quarter
and a half.
I think the reason is Cat is just a better player. So to try to hold him down, he's not really an inside guy, Cat. He doesn't play his back against the board.
Why is Porzingis not on that? That's the perfect matchup to prove it.
I guess
former Knick, right? A former Knick.
Yeah.
Go do it. Prove yourself. He's not doing it. Obviously, he's not fully healthy or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's fine. You know, here's my thing that I hear a lot of people saying like, oh, the 73-pointers, right?
That's a big point. You can't ignore that. That's crazy.
Here's a bigger point. The Knicks shot terrible from the free throw line first 2 games.
Yes, they have.
1. Jalen Brunson is playing like ass.
Okay. I would say
he's playing terrible.
That's why I say this. That's why I say I feel like the Knicks, they're not winning the game. It's more the Celtics losing the game because the Knicks are not playing well. They're just coming together. That's why they call him Captain Clutch. I see the shirt. You know what I'm saying? Captain. Yeah, it's coming towards the end of the game. How you win the first game by 3 and then the second game by 1? It's just so close. It's so close. But that's when Brunson shines right at the end. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I mean. The Knicks got to really step it up because if they lose game 3, Christopher, I think it's over. I don't think they recover from that.
You're just a hater.
No, I'm not a hater. I'm not, because the games are so close. The games are so close. Imagine.
So now,
okay,
the Knicks, what they need. I think Cat plays a big role. The remaining of the games, because 1, he has probably the most experience getting further into the playoffs than everybody else, right?
Okay.
Because Western Conference, finals last year with Minnesota's. He plays a huge role.
Listen, the Wolves
Oh.
are playing good, but they just can't, they can't really beat Golden State.
I think they are, unfortunately. If Steph doesn't come back,
That's the
fast
only
enough,
factor. That's the only factor. If Steph doesn't come
It's
back,
gonna
because
be-
they
it's gonna
lost
be
last
tough.
night, you know what I'm saying? But that's because Steph Curry's not there. Steph Curry doesn't come back, it's a wrap.
And then if Jalen Brunson can figure it out, which I think he can, right? Because now this is 2 games in. First game, he didn't play terrible, but it's just not what we're used to seeing from
There's
him.
no consistency from him.
Second game, he played horrendous until like literally the end.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
he only got 17 points.
Yeah, only.
If he gets 30, I think we're good.
Okay. But what I'm saying is that what if the Celtics come in guns blazing and the crowd is just quiet? Like they can't, the Knicks cannot come back there. The Celtics are just constantly in the lead. I think it messes with the Knicks mental, and I don't see them coming back to win because
I
they're not
think the
playing great ball at all.
Honestly, I think Boston's mental is messed up already right now.
Being down 2-0 from
I think they're messed
losing
up.
2 games at home.
Have you seen their faces after both games?
Yes, they seem defeated. Yeah.
They look terrible.
But this is the thing. If you're a championship caliber team, you got to
Right.
find a way to come back from these losses. The series is not over. There's still games left.
I
They have
agree.
to win. They have to win a game there.
I don't think it's gonna be easy.
No,
either team.
no, it's not. It's not.
Whatever happens.
I think it's harder for the Knicks than the Celtics, though. I think the Celtics can find a way. I don't think the Knicks are that championship caliber team that they just turn on the switch, because we haven't seen the switch turn on.
We just saw two games in a row. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this is where you and I differ. This
What
is
are you
why I'm
talking
saying the
about?
Celtics are
We just
losing
saw
the game.
No.
They're the one making
But-
the most mistakes, the turnovers and
No.
everything.
But who's responsible for those turnovers? You're acting like it's not good
I
defense.
know I'm not.
That's leading to
That's
offense.
why I say Thibodeau is showcasing great leadership in his coaching versus the Celtics coach. He just letting them play ball. It's like, go have a great time.
Exactly. So that's 2 games in a row.
All
We
right.
did something historic that's never been done before. Is that not proving that we have the pedigree not only to do what we just did, but to do it against the defending
I know,
champions?
but you have to admit they're not playing the
at-
greatest ball as a unit.
Neither are we.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm
Both
talking
teams
about. That's what I'm talking about. The
both
Knicks.
teams aren't playing good, right?
Okay.
They're not. But what do championships teams do? They figure out how to win, right?
And that's
what have the Knicks done the last 2 games? Figured out how to win, Lewis. Believe. Believe in us. Come on, Lou. You want to believe?
No,
You
I
can't-
want to
listen,
see the story.
you
That I want to
can't-
see.
But you can't deny this is so much fun to watch. Don't deny it.